Hello and good time for everybody, whether it's morning or afternoon. My name is Sam Sheffer, and I'm speaking from Salvona Technologies in New Jersey. If you can hear me and you can see me, please sign your name on the chat box. Again, if you can hear me well and you can see me, please sign your name. I appreciate this. Thank you very much. And please continue to sign your name so I see that I'm not talking to myself. This is going to be an exciting webinar. It's going to be a little bit different from our other webinars. And most of the attendees are coming from US and North America, and a few coming even from South America. So before I actually start, I will give another minute for the late people, and I will share with you the programs coming up. So this is our programs coming up. Today we are talking about magical skincare, and this is today. And the next webinar will be a general introduction to Salvona. It will be part 1. Other parts will come up. You see that it will be on February 25th at 9:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. This is mainly focused to speak with our prospect and customers in the other part of the globe. Then on March 2nd, we have a special webinar on Multisal Asta, and this is going to be in Spanish. So this is at 10 a.m. in the morning. New webinar, a new group of meetings will start on March 18. It will be a coffee break. It will not be a standard webinar. It will be an opportunity to address new trend in our business and also to meet the team members of Salvona. So this is a new opportunity to meet and chat about our business. Next webinars are scheduled for April on skin smoothing and rejuvenating technologies. And later on August, we are scheduled a do-it-yourself webinar on technology to fix color and makeup. So this is our future webinars. About this webinar, please use the chat box. I can read your comments. If you cannot hear me or if I'm speaking too fast, please use this to let me know. If you have any questions, this is a place to put your questions in. I will try to address them as we move forward. And if you have any comments, of course, so please use this for your convenience. This is the best way that we can communicate, at least during this webinar. Okay, so in our special webinar today, we are talking about magic that one can see, visual effect, and we're going to introduce to you some new technologies to increase the visual consumer satisfaction and experience. We would like to enable you to formulate some very unique magical skincare products using Salvona's sensory technologies in combination with active delivery systems. And we are looking for practically a Y effect as we use the product. So tune with me. It will be all about 3 different demonstrations that I'm going to share with you. These are demonstrations based on a lotion, anti-acne, a wash, antiseptic, and a mask, a washable mask, which is focused on anti-aging technologies. In each one of the demonstration, I will introduce you two different products. One has to do with the visual effect, cell color effects, and an active. So we always use a color to enhance the perception and the benefits of the actives. And that is the focal point of this webinar, is how to visualize the effect of the product and get a higher loyalty and satisfaction. And we go to address these three issues one by one. And these are only demonstrations of a principal idea. Of course, with your imagination, you can develop it to anything else that you have in mind. So what is the background? What do we know now? We know now that there are many products on the marketplace that are offering beads and offering beads in different colors and different shapes. The utilization of beads, visual beads, is very much known, and it's considered to be innovative and specialty. It really makes the product stand out, and customers, brands would like the product to stand out. It's visually very pretty, and it's also very practical. You take a little bit in your finger and you squeeze them. So you have a phenomena that we call release on demand. So that's what makes this product different. We want to take it to the next level, not just beads, but the beads combined with active ingredients. And it doesn't have to be that the active ingredients are inside the beads. They could be aside the beads, but they work in synergy. So in terms of beads, colorful beads, Salvona is offer two types of beads. The first one is called Cell Color FX, which are beads that changing the color with rubbing. The visual appearance could be anyone that you can see here on this picture. The other kinds of beads called just cell color, and they are very colorful and fancy beads, and they dissolve upon rubbing. So the major difference is that color effects actually changes the color and leaves a residue of color on the skin. However, cell color are colorful beads leave nothing on the skin once you rub them, leave nothing on the skin. Okay, so this is the big difference. Both of them are available in different colors and in different sizes. What's common to all these beads? They all provide a visual experience. They are eco-friendly. They're made from biodegradable material. They're all vegan. They have preservative, no preservative, preservative free, and they are fully dry. There is no water in this product. And they provide a long shelf life. So one can use them for 2 or maybe more, maybe longer shelf life. So this is the common and the difference between cell color beads. Now we'll focus on cell color beads, but always in a combination with a functional ingredient. Cell color beads are available in the following forms. The first one is one with a white to black, which means the shell, the outside layer is white, and when you break it, it's releasing a black pigment. The next one is white to brown. Then we have white to red. I skip two, white to yellow, and white to green. With these variations, one can make up any color that you would like. So you can mix the beads and get the desired colors. The other two are pink to white. It means that they look pink, and when you break them, they release a white pigment. The other one is gold to white. So these are the variations, and all these products are available on the website, and one can go and get them easily without any problems. So this is our cell color effects, and these are the most interesting beads, so I will focus on this. So here is our first demonstration. This is the product that we are talking about is a white lotion. Has to be white. Okay. The purpose of the product is an anti-acne. and it uses Salsphere BPO. Salsphere BPO. BPO stands for benzoyl peroxide. Benzoyl peroxide is a medicated product, is a medication for acne, very aggressive peroxide, and very much difficult to use in formulation of finished product. So what are the major challenges? The first one for the chemist is to provide the cell color effects, put the color side in, but without showing it. So camouflaging, so you don't see the color that will be released later on. And that's where the white to a color is very useful because it is camouflaged in the lotion. The other aspect is to release the color in there, to release it in the presence of BPO. BPO is a very strong oxidizing agent, and most of the pigments and dyes will degrade, oxidize in stability. The challenge here is how can we add it and protect it. The third aspect is release the green. For example, in this example is a green pigment as you rub it on the skin, release it. And of course, the fourth challenge is to release both the BPO and the pigment in a synchronized way. So when you're rubbing it on the skin, both are released at the same time. And then the red color that stays on the skin can easily camouflage the redness of the inflammation. So when you have a little bit of a green color on top of red, it looks like healing the effect. So it's, of course, it's a cosmetic healing. It's not a real healing, but the real healing is coming from the effect of the benzoyl peroxide. So this is the basic features that this demonstration is showing. Now I show you a short video to explain what's happening in this product. But you see, we're talking about a white acne lotion, and this is our cell color effects, white to green. The shell is made out of white, and the core inside is green.
Is a system designed to maintain the clean white appearance of a material while allowing it to release a pigment on application. This allows the pressure and friction of application by the consumer to break the outer wall of the bead, releasing the pigment within. The product concept shown here is a white acne cream containing benzoyl peroxide to kill the acne, which also releases green pigment to blend the redness of the comedone into the skin.
So I'm worried that you didn't hear it well. So what this video is trying to show you is that this bead has to be hydrated, and then when you rub it, the the green color would release. And of course, it's used in a white lotion, so it's totally camouflaged. And it's released upon rubbing. At the same time, the BPO is being released from the encapsulated form. So thank you for your response on my question. So what did we concluded from this short explanation? First of all, Salsphere BPO, when combined with Sal color effects, are stable combination. You can use Sal color effects with different, even aggressive ingredients, such as BPO. Of course, you can use it with other ingredients that are less aggressive, and they are stable. In this case, the BPO is not actually can oxidize the green because the green is encapsulated. So this is benefit number one that you can see from here. Number two, both of them are compatible in the base, which is very important. They are compatible in a water-based standard lotion, and both of them are spread homogeneously, and the product is homogeneous by itself. The release is triggered by both. I mean, the release is triggered by the rubbing, but both actives are triggered release by the rubbing, and both of them are released at the same time. And that's very important. However, at the end of this process, The green color will remain on the surface and it will not be washed off easily immediately after unless you actually want to wash it off. And I will show you another example in a wash application. But the uniqueness here is that the green will stay on the skin. Now you can think about any other lotion application in which you would like leave to leave some pigment on the skin. It could be a whitening effect. It could be a foundation effect. And you can do it without having a tan lotion. You can start with a white lotion and it becomes into a tan lotion. And that's what's adding the magic into the formula and the excitement into the formula. So this was our first example that really shows the BPO. BPO, benzoyl peroxide, is one of the most aggressive ingredients that we are dealing with in skincare. The second demonstration, is to do with the antiseptic wash. Antiseptic is very important these days, but in general, it's important. We had this product of Hydrocell Bkc. Bkc stands for benzoconium chloride, is a known antiseptic. It's approved by almost worldwide authorities. It is a regulated product. Antiseptic is a regulated claim. So it's not just clean, it's actually antiseptic. It's killing all bacteria and viruses, some of the viruses. And there is some data that is also killing coronaviruses. So we use a technology with the BKC. It's called Hydrocell Bkc. So the BKC is encapsulated in the hydrocell system. However, it is clear. And many people would ask the question, does it really work? How do I know that I have the active inside? This is not skeptical questions because people tend not to believe unless they see it. And that's why I'm messaging, talking about the magic, the visual effect. How do I know it's working? How do I know it's there? Consumer cannot see the effect. How do I know it really kills the bacteria? I mean, I don't really know. Somebody tells me, but I don't really know. Another aspect is consumer cannot see the area that you treated. You know, you wash your hands. Oh, you ask yourself, did I really wash the other side of my hand? Oh, I forgot. I just, in a rush, I didn't do it. Oh, did I wash between the fingers or not? So the issue is how a consumer can visually experience that he really treated the area well and he gave enough time to rub it well onto the hands or the face or other parts of the body. So there are issues of timing and area and time rubbing that are associated with antiseptics. How to convey it to the consumer. For that purpose, we are using Hydrocell Bkc as our active, and Hydrocell Bkc is a water-based technology that has a core and a shell, and the benzoconium chloride is encapsulated, and the whole system is water-based. It's easily compatible in water, and it's clear. So you really don't know how much BKC you have there, and does it really work? How does it work? It's a reminder. It works in a very interesting way, and I will show you a minute of a video to show you how BKC and Hydrocell Bkc really work. So when you apply it on the skin, either by spray or a lotion, you get a nice particle. This particle reflecting the same way that I showed you before. You see the core containing the BKC and the shell. And what happens with this particle after you spray it on the skin? The water naturally will evaporate. It's typically used with water. The whole idea of using BKC is to avoid using alcohol. And turn out that the BKC is at least as effective as alcohol. So but the water evaporates and the structure of the particle changes. It becomes flat on the surface. but you see that the core is actually coating the center, excuse me, the shell coating the center and locking in the BKC. So this now stays on the skin. Of course, not all BKC is encapsulated. Some of it is free, and it can immediately kill the bacteria that come in contact with the BKC. Now, the unique feature of Hydrocell Bkc is ability to respond to moisture. The moisture can come from outside or can come by perspiration. Why it's so important? Because bacteria and viruses can only grow on living environment with water. So if the surface is totally dry, you don't need the antiseptic because bacteria will not dry on a dry surface. However, if there is water, there is a good chance that the bacteria will try to grow, multiply and grow. So what happens when Hydrocell Bkc now experience water coming from either outside or inside? The water will change the structure of the shell polymer, crack it, and allow the BKC to diffuse toward the surface. When the BKC moves toward the surface, then it becomes active because now it's available to come in contact with the bacteria. And so the moment bacteria come in contact with the BKC, as you can see right now, immediately the bacteria will die. Now, in typical condition, in normal condition, we don't get exposed to a tremendous amount of water at once. So another wave of water could even release further more of the BKC. And this is the hypothesis about the ability of Hydrocell Bkc to provide a longer lasting protection. Okay, we cannot claim a longer lasting protection, but we can explain the potential to get a longer lasting protection. So this is about the story of how Hydrocell Bkc is actually functioning. Now, let's look at how to use it. Of course, this webinar is made for cosmetic chemists that need to formulate product with the technologies that we are offering. So here it is, a magical hand wash, and it's using Hydrocell Bkc and cell color effects, white to green. Okay, so the formula, straightforward. The whole idea of using Salvona's technologies is you can make your own formula. We don't interfere in your formulation process. All that we offer is to add the technologies at the end on top of the formula, typically after you balance the pH and it reaches the room temperature. So here in this case, you see the base is based, of course, on water, almost 65% water. The thickener is xanthan gum. We're using some other ingredients, but the foaming agent is cocoamidobetaine. So BKC is, as you know, cationic. So you don't you don't want to use SLS, sodium lauryl sulfate, although it's a very good detergent, but you don't want to use it because, first of all, it may not be compatible with the BKC. Although the level of BKC required to claim antiseptic is very low, 0.1%. Here, because we use a technology, we use 0.5%. And let's see how it's being made.
Our first step in creating our Hydrocell Bkc wash will be to premix the xanthan gum with glycerin. This will help to wet the polymer and make it disperse very easily within the water. And the xanthan gum is going to be our water phase thickener in this formulation. Now that the xanthan gum has been well dispersed within the glycerin, it can be added to the water. This should thicken the water slightly, so the propeller speed may need to be increased to ensure its uniformity. Our next ingredient will be Aloe Vera Gel liquid, which has been decolorized so it is clear. And what this will do for our final formulation is give it very strong moisturizing effects, and it will soothe the skin and rejuvenate the skin as well. Our next ingredient will be witch hazel extract, and what this does is acts as a skin conditioning agent to help reduce the flakiness on the skin and improves the appearance of dry and damaged skin. Our next ingredient is cocamidopropyl betaine, which is our primary surfactant within this formulation, and this classic foam boosting surfactant can reduce the irritation that classic ionic surfactants would normally cause. Now we will add the first of our two technologies, Hydrocell Bkc, and this is our encapsulated benzalkonium chloride, which allows for the time release and longer lasting effects of benzalkonium chloride. It can be reactivated long after its initial application when it is exposed to moisture. Now that we only have to add our encapsulated pigment Salcolor FX, this Hydrocell Bkc wash could be sold as is, as a nice foaming hand wash. But what we are adding is our encapsulated pigments that release the inner color of the encapsulation when the action of washing your hands occurs. So as you can see, it makes our wash a little bit lighter, or gives it a white tint, but when it is applied to the skin and you begin washing your hands, it will release the inner green pigment. This is our Hydrocell Bkc wash with Salcolor FX white to green. As you can see, it has the normal consistency of a hand wash, and you can see the beads are suspended within it. This is what the application of the wash will look like. A normal amount is used. You begin to lather it between your hands, and the Salcolor FX beads can actually act as a bit of an abrasing agent here, and it will help to cleanse the skin. And as you can see, as it is rubbed in, the foam will change from a white to a green color. This formulation leaves the skin feeling soft and smooth.
Okay, typically when you see it, it looks very simple. It is very simple. Again, the principles are the following. It's a regular base, non-ionic, preferable. Betaine is the major surfactant, and it's compatible, and it works beautifully, as you could see. What you could see in this short presentation is that both technologies can be added to very much a standard non-ionic. Both technologies, I mean, the color effects, cell color effects, white to green, and also Hydrocell Bkc. Now, it doesn't mean that's the only version that you can use. You can also use it with Salsphere Even Skin, for example, for exfoliation. You can use it with many other technologies that we are offering that works well in a wash environment. The cell color effect is stable. That's the point I wanted to show you. When you mix it with the water, you see that the green color would not leak out. So there is no leakage. It will stay white or whitish as long as you keep the base. And the green color will only come out as you rub it, and you need to rub it for a few seconds. So you have a timer involved inside. Consumer definitely can see the time. The time needs to rub it, which is very important in this case. It's also important when you use even skin for exfoliation. You get much better results if you rub it for a few seconds rather than you just apply it and wash it off. The color spreads very easily with the base and covers very much the area that you want it to cover. It's in terms of viscosity and density, pretty much compatible with the base. And what's interesting about this case is that you can wash it off and it leaves no residue. So if you don't want to leave a residue, it also works. That's what's nice in this. If you want to leave a residue, you cannot use it as a wash off. You can have to use it, you must use it as a leave-on application, and that will be my next demonstration. So I showed you now two demonstrations out of the three. In the first one, we use BPO, benzoyl peroxide, very aggressive. We showed the compatibility and the stability. And the way we use the color changing, we use it to indicate that it works. We use it to indicate that it's fresh. And the little bit of residue that we leave on could help us to convey the benefit to the consumer, and the consumer can see an immediate effect. Here in this demonstration, we put into BKC an antiseptic. Again, if you don't want to claim antiseptic, you can use a natural antiseptic, which are botanical, a blend of botanical that have antiseptic properties, but they are not approved as an antiseptic. It's not an OTC, but you can use it as a cleaning agent or exfoliating and so on from a wash-off application without leaving any residue. Let's go into demonstration number 3, which is a leave-on. It could be also used as a washable mask. So mask has the benefit of you put it on the skin and then you can either peel it or wash it off. Okay, so what we are looking from a typical mask, we are looking to add a visual cue as to activation. We want the consumer to feel that she activates the system, and the system is changing color, is giving an indication that I activated and I rubbed it enough. So I gave a kind of a timer, built-in timer into the product to indicate that I did my part, the consumer, in order to activate the product. The second aspect is to give an indication as to the area that I'm covered. Did I really cover under the eye? Did I cover under the nose? And so on. So what happens if you really give all this indication and the consumer can feel more confident that he activated, he saw that it works, he feels very much loyal to the product. In addition to this, there is a practical benefit because when you cover all the area, you really treat it and you increase the efficiency and the efficacy of the product. So here you see how the changes in color, the color changing technology can help you not just market it in a different way, but also increase the efficacy. So in this case, I would like to show you how to produce and how to formulate an anti-aging clarifying mask with the color changing. So we use two basic technologies, cell color effects and natural anti-aging. Natural anti-aging is a technology that's based on polyphenols, very good antioxidants from botanical source, and they help to rejuvenate the skin. But before I go into this specific example, I would like to show you a little bit of a clip that was produced by commercial companies in order for you to see how people can sell the product and how they explain the product to consumers. So in this webinar, we really cover the science, the technology, and even the marketing of this technology. So this was taken from HSN some times ago, and you can see just a few minutes and get the idea.
Care science. Long before you had your skincare line, you had a very busy Manhattan practice, which you still
I
have.
hope you can
But
hear.
now you can get all of these same treatments, these same ideas at home. I want to get right to this. What I am holding in my hand is not only new today, it is truly groundbreaking. You can't say that too often about a cleanser.
You're right. That was the key.
Yeah.
This cleanser
Cleansers
is
matter
groundbreaking.
too.
More than ever as you get older. And the key thing here is this is a brand new concept in a cleanser. It's actually a 3-in-1 product. It's a cleanser that is non-stripping. It hydrates your skin. It makes your skin fresh and clean. But it contains citrus enzyme beads that are anti-aging. So every time you wash your face, it leaves your skin looking younger. Your fine lines look better. Your wrinkles look better. Your skin is soft and smooth. Your pores look better. And the other thing is you can use it as a mask just by leaving it on for 3 minutes. I recommend that twice a week. As you get older, you want to use a mask. It's built into this product. And the key thing is
If
it
you cannot
changes
hear it
color.
well,
The
just
color
look at the change in
lets you
color.
know it's
Can you
working.
see that?
That's
so
what happens.
here's when you put it on, and now look, it's changing into that more yellow color.
That's right.
Why does that matter?
Because you're delivering citrus enzyme beads. You're delivering the anti-aging ingredients like vitamin C, rose clay, a brand new great anti-aging ingredient, papaya enzyme and citrus acid, alpha hydroxy acids, you know that you are delivering an anti-aging treatment that leaves your skin looking younger every time you wash your face. That's the
You
breakthrough.
know, I like this because I've put it on and because I had a chance to test drive it this week. I'm very excited about that. But I put it on and I'm like, oh yeah, I'm getting every place. And then I looked and I could see places where it was still kind of
That's
that light
key.
peach.
Right.
And I'm like, oh wait, here, I'll show you. And I would think like, oh wait, there's some like on my chin. I need to go back.
Right.
And then you can see that you're getting it all. Now, you were talking about these enzyme beads, yet I don't feel anything. It's very smooth.
Oh, they're so
Like,
tiny.
yeah, like
you
I don't
really
feel them.
Oh, no. They're built into the system. What happens is
Which is really
that
by design.
that's correct. This, when the color changes, you know that you are removing dirt, buildup, makeup. You're going to leave your skin fresh and clean. It's non-stripping, it's soap-free, it's paraben-free, it's sulfate-free, all those good things. But as you get older, you need to get anti-aging treatments anywhere you can. You need to wash your face and cleanse your face. I wanted to create a product that also delivers anti-aging products.
I think you get immediate benefits from this cleanser.
It makes your skin silky smooth.
Look at my hand
Yeah.
right here. Now, it's a subtle but noticeable difference
Right.
because if you look at the brightness of this hand and then this hand, and this feels so much smoother.
Absolutely. Oh, it's terrific. And when you use this and you
I need to
wash
do
it
the other
off,
one now.
then
Yeah.
you're going to see that your fine lines look better, your wrinkles look better. You've taken your cleansing routine and you've created an anti-aging treatment, and you can use it as a mask. And here Suzette is applying it to her face, and she's going to start to rub it in, and you're going to start to see that color change on her cheek, and that yellow color tells you it's working. Now, if she misses an area, it won't change color. She's going to go back there and get it. It's a guided cleanse. You're not going to miss. And as it changes color, understand what you're looking at. Vitamin C, French rose clay, citrus acid, alpha hydroxy acids, papaya enzyme, all these anti-aging ingredients are being delivered to your skin, and that makes your skin look younger every time you wash it.
You know, that is key because this idea of the color changing technology,
Smart.
the color smart, it's not just some gimmick like, look, you can touch it and the color changes. This is part of the science. It's what
Exactly.
makes this cleanser different. It's what's delivering the ingredients. It just happens to be a cool side effect that you can actually see it doing
And it has a purpose because now, if she wants to, she can stop here and let it work as a mask. And I love masks for
what I've been
people
doing, yeah.
who want younger looking skin. It's good for you to use a mask. This is built in. You don't need a separate product. You leave it, once a change of color happens, you let it stay on your skin for 3 minutes. Just do that twice a week. Now you're getting a really great deep cleanse.
Nice. So it's a multitasker. One thing we should mention is you're going to use this on dry skin. Make
Right.
sure your hands are dry and your face is dry.
Exactly.
So that might be different than the cleanser you're using, dry skin. And then am I using this
I will stop here.
kind of science
I will
long
stop
before you
here. I hope you get the idea. The idea is that you use the color as a guided treatment. I'm sure you got the idea that the particles are smooth. You cannot feel them, which is another benefit. The yellow color they choose to use is because they are, the whole concept is to use citrus note. So the citrus note is another sensory, but it doesn't go through the camera, so you don't talk. They don't talk about this. You smell the citrus. This is another technology to that we offer to enhance the odor as you rub it. So so it's combining the smell and the color to give a very sensory benefit to this product. So what did we learn from this demonstration is washable mask with color, salt color effects. Really gained commercial success. It was a very successful product. I don't know many products like this in the US market, so it's definitely an opportunity for you listening now to come up with new ideas that will actually utilize these technologies and get some other concept and other successful product in the marketplace. The sensory effect is what pronounced here clearly. The visual, the color effect, the color change, as well as the citrus odors. So these are cues that are very important to market the product, to explain the product and the value of the product to the customer. But you can also see that the color changing has a practical effect. It's actually, if you don't see the color, as she said, you can go back and fix it and rub it better, and so that the color indicate what area did you use, and by this you can increase the efficacy and the productivity overall of the product. So in general, visual effects and sensory effects can increase consumer confidence and loyalty. So this is something that I don't feel I need to explain. Now, let's come back to the point we started, how to make the base. So there are multiple formulations, how to make a clarifying mask. This is another one. And the process, you will see in a moment how it's made, but you see about 56% water. Xanthan gum is here again, another thickener. It's based on clays like kaolite, bentonite. These are the clays. There are several other ingredients that we use. The most important is we use Sal Color Effects at 2%. That's it. And Sal Sphere Natural Anti-Aging. In our formula, we don't use the citrus. The citrus was for that formula. We recommend to use the natural anti-aging, and here it is.
Our first step in the water phase is to combine the xanthan gum with the Zimea. This will help the xanthan gum solubilize into the water. In the water phase, the xanthan gum is acting as the water phase thickener. Now that it is fully dispersed in the Zimea, it will be added to the water. This should thicken the water a considerable amount, so the propeller speed may need to be increased. The next ingredient that we will be adding is cornstarch. This solid powder will help to absorb excess oils in our mask, and it also acts as a silica replacement in this formula, so there's no need to add any harsh silicates. Now we will add the first of our two fillers, Colloidal Kaolin, and what this will do, as well as the next ingredient that we're adding, will help to fill out the formula, thicken it slightly, opacify it in the end so that it's a little bit more white, and it will also help to suspend some of the oils as well. And now the second of our fillers will be added, the Bentonite Alba Gel. So just like the Colloidal Kaolin, this will help to opacify the final formula, suspend some of the oil, and fill it in. And now we will begin to heat this water phase to about 70 degrees Celsius and begin to work on the oil phase, which we will also be heating to 70 degrees Celsius. The first ingredient that we will be adding to our oil phase beaker is Glycerol Stearate. This is a skin conditioning emollient which will help to decrease the water evaporation out of the skin in our final formula. The second ingredient that we will be adding to this oil phase is GChem CTG, which is capric caprylic triglycerides. This is another emollient, and within this formulation it will help to disperse all the other oils within the oil phase. The third ingredient that we will be adding is cetyl alcohol, and due to its absorption and retention in the skin or epidermis, it will help to lubricate and soften the skin. So this will be acting as another emollient. Fourth ingredient that we will be adding is stearic acid. This will harden the final product slightly and give it a rich lather that feels velvety on the skin. The fifth and final ingredient of our oil phase is Soldoc PG410, which is polyglycerol 4-caprate. This is acting as our emulsifier in the oil phase, which will help to decrease the interfacial tension between the oil and water phase in the final formulation and create nice small droplets and create a very stable emulsion. Now that both the oil and water phase have reached an internal temperature of 70 degrees Celsius, we will begin to add the oil to the water phase. This should thicken the water a considerable amount, so the propeller speed will most likely need to be increased. And now we will cool this down to 45 degrees C to add the rest of the formulation. Now that our formulation has cooled to 45 degrees Celsius, we will begin to add the rest of it. The first ingredient is Lincoserve WPHLO, which is our preservative. The next ingredient is rice syrup, and this will provide some moisturization to the skin. The first of our two technologies that we will be adding to this anti-aging face mask is Salsphere Natural Anti-Aging. This is an encapsulated combination of Resveratrol from grapes and Procyanidin B2 from apples, both of which are very powerful antioxidants and come from natural sources. And now the second of our technologies and the final ingredient in this formulation, Sal Color FX White to Green. This is an encapsulated pigment that releases when enough friction is present, such as when you're applying this formulation to your face. So the green pigment is encapsulated within a white pigment, so this white pigment is added by hand so that the encapsulation does not break before you add it to your skin. This product is our anti-aging face mask. As you can see, it is quite thick, somewhat similar to a lotion, but doesn't feel quite as watery, then just a small amount is needed. Normally this would be applied to the face, but we're going to show it on the hand here. And then a circular rubbing action is used to apply it, and you will see the formulation turn from a white to a green, and that is the Sal Color FX white to green encapsulation of pigment breaking, releasing the green color.
Great, thank you. So, what did we learn from this experience of how to make a mask, a washable mask? A couple of things. First of all, technology is always added at the end of the process when the product is stable and at the desired pH, and of course at room temperature. Don't try to add it in the beginning, and definitely don't try to homogenize it. First of all, homogenize the product. Make it ready and then add it at the end, which means, on the other hand, it gives you a lot of freedom. You can use almost any formula that you have. Number two, cell color effects has to be mixed and packaged within a very short time after the addition. Why? It's a very important point here. The spheres have to swell in order to break, which means two things. If you wait a long time, you can make them very loose and they may break as you mix it or as you fill the final package. And then the other aspect is once you mix it, you really have to let it stay at the package for 48 hours before you test it to see if it breaks and release the color. So it's two major important. Be aware of those. Again, I repeat it. When the formula is ready, then you add the technology. Mix it well with propellant mixer, not with homogenizer. Just mix it well and immediately package it. Okay? Then leave it for 48 hours. After 48 hours, go ahead and test it. If you test it earlier, maybe the particles will not swell enough, so they will not break with the rubbing. So if you understand this, you also understand that in order to get an effective product, it has to contain water. Cell color effects works only in water-based products. So somebody asked me earlier if we can use it with alcohol. Yes, as long as there is water. Okay, as long as there is water and sufficient water activity to make the particles swell, then you can use it. So this is a fantastic technology. And I want to summarize, I've shown you here in the short period of time, 3 different examples of how to use cell color effects together with functional ingredients. Always the functional ingredients come separately. They are not incorporated in one. You may see it as a negative effect, but to me it's a positive because you can now blend it in what combination you want. You can use it white to green with BPO, white to green with antiseptic, or white to green with natural anti-aging. So you can combine it in the way that you want very much. The green color is always resembling the natural materials that we use. That's why we like to use the green color. So these are the 3 different demonstrations for this broadcast. Now, to summarize everything together, what did we learn here that you can use tomorrow? Number 1, cell color effects is a very practical tool that formulator can start to use very easily. It gives a cue of color changing and also functionality to the product. This brings the product a higher level. So it's something that you involve the consumer in activating the product, which is great. You can add the marketing and practical meaning to the color changing. Now, marketing is up to you. You can relate to the green ingredients that you use, or as you could see, you can add the green in order to fade the redness. So it's up to you, and be creative in what you can do with the different colors and combine it with of course, with the functional ingredients. So these are tools that you can use in order to enhance your creativity. You can combine the skincare technology with the sensory. I showed you here only one aspect of the sensory, which is visual, the color changing. The color and color changing by itself. Cell color is just the color, and cell color effects is the color changing. But there are other ways to add sensory benefits, such as odor. We have technologies that you can trigger the odor at a certain time, trigger the release at a certain time, or you can add a fresh sensation that only the consumer can feel, nobody else. So there are various ways to elevate the creativity, elevate the performance of the product. So go ahead and just connect with us. The bottom line of this is all these technologies I've shown you are visual effect. They are all eco-friendly, they are vegan, biodegradable, preservative-free, and they provide a longer shelf life. So this is about our technologies for color changing. I would like, first of all, to thank you for participating in this webinar. If you have any questions, this is the time to ask them on the chat box or any comment. I will be happy to address them. We have a few more minutes. To remind you, our website, www.salvona.com, is always available and you can use it at any time. You can order samples for free. It's very easy to use. We have a very unique website, so please visit it and open it up and try to use it. It gives a lot of information. All the webinars are there and also on other channels. You can get access to technical and regulatory information, so go ahead and use it. Another benefit is our ability to contact us and communicate. These days, because of the corona, we have limitation in transport and moving and visiting. Nevertheless, we developed this function of contact, and I really recommend you to use it. How does it work? This is a picture from our website. When you go into salvona.com contact, you will see myself and Karen, and if you click on schedule a time to chat, you will see the calendar and you can find a time that fits your time and my time, or in case of Karen's time. And we can fix the meeting, and then we have a easy, free Zoom meeting, and we can talk. Basically, that's the purpose. So you can ask me any kind of questions, either technical or marketing or whatever other questions you have in mind. This is how we work under the coronavirus conditions to satisfy everybody's needs. I would like you to keep in touch. This is my website. You get my direct phone number. You can call 24/7. It doesn't mean I will open the phone. I pick up the phone. This is the office on the top. This is my private, but I'm available on WeChat and WhatsApp, and of course on Connect. Please follow me on the social media. I'm putting papers, articles, relevant information, and announcement. In LinkedIn, this is my number one. Facebook, Twitter. Telegram is another one. I don't know if you have it. You should have it because I put the whole webinar on Telegram, and you can listen to this and enjoy and listen to this again and again. And of course, YouTube. All our videos are available on YouTube, and Salvona has a channel on YouTube as well as myself. But on Salvona channel, we will put all this information. If you are interested to transfer these technologies into finished product, no worry, you can call Advanced Beauty Lab. The person to contact is Jeff. Jeff Gohau, here is his phone number. Please call him and you can make finished product based on this and other technologies that you would like to. So now I have a few minutes. I will be happy to address any questions you may have. I'm not sure about I'm not sure. First of all, let me answer the earlier question. If you have alcohol, yes, you can use it with alcohol, but the whole idea of using BKC is to avoid the needs for BKC. That's the whole idea of using BKC. Otherwise, people use only alcohol. And we don't believe that alcohol is a good solution for skincare. Water is a better solution for skincare. Hydrocell Bkc is pretty effective. So, but if you want to use alcohol to comply with some regulations, yes, you can do that too. Okay, if you checked in late, it's okay, not a problem. Everybody who checked in or could not attend this webinar, it will be posted. Previous webinars are also posted, and you're welcome to visit them. Um, um, yes, there is the version. I just showed you the formula. And people can order the same version from Advanced Beauty Lab. Salvona is only offering the raw materials, and Advanced Beauty Lab is offering the finished product. And it's only offering product that under contract manufacturing. So they manufacture specialty product to people that are interested in this, and they don't have a lab or they don't have an ability to produce their own product. Okay, so about the BKC and the level. So BKC is a regulated material. It's already a fixed product. It has to be at 0.1% to qualify as an antiseptic. If you put more, you don't gain much. If you put less, you cannot claim antiseptic. So this is how it works. You don't need to do million testing again. It was established in the past. So 0.1% BKC is the standard level, the dose to get antiseptic activity. Okay, Salsphere anti-aging, that's a very good question, and I'm happy to address it. Anti-aging, Salsphere anti-aging, it's called actually natural anti-aging. It's a combination of two different polyphenols. Polyphenols are known to be very good antioxidant. How much very good? At least 1,000 times more than vitamin C. Some of them several times powerful than vitamin C. I know that we're stuck in the business of vitamin C and everybody think only about vitamin C. But we should open up a little bit. There are many antioxidants available that are much more powerful than vitamin C. Okay, so the encapsulation of two different botanical source polyphenols. You may ask the question, why do we need two? So let's review this shortly. One of them is called Resveratrol. Resveratrol is famous antioxidant that's available in red wine. Resveratrol that typically people use as is, not the modified resveratrol, is not soluble in water. So practicality, it's impossible to formulate with resveratrol unless you use alcohol to dissolve it. We don't want to use alcohol. We don't recommend to use alcohol on the skin. It's not a good solution at all. So Salsphere resveratrol is giving a solution because we can encapsulate the resveratrol, suspend it in water. So you have the tiny beads, again, those tiny beads that you cannot even feel when you touch them, and they contain the resveratrol. The other one is procyanidin. Complex name, procyanidin. Procyanidin is a very complex polyphenol compared to resveratrol, which is a simple polyphenol. It's an even more powerful antioxidant. It's extracted from apple. As you see, apple that we drink, apple juice, is very diluted with these ingredients, procyanidin, very diluted. The concentrated procyanidin is water soluble. So you may say, great, why don't I use it in the formula, which is water soluble? And here I come to the magical question. what is water soluble or water in general, can water penetrate the skin? We are talking about reaching the dermis layer. It's the deeper layers of the skin. Can water reach the deeper layer of the skin? So if you don't know, think about this. When you go jump into a swimming pool, will water penetrate your skin? And that's something that you can easily see. If water penetrates your skin, your body would swell. But it doesn't happen, correct? So water cannot penetrate the skin. Therefore, water-based ingredients. If water, the smallest molecule, cannot penetrate, can larger molecule penetrate? And the answer is no. They are not soluble in water. So what we do is we incorporate it in a tiny fat sphere. So we incorporate now two ingredients, resveratrol and procyanidin, in a tiny lipid sphere. And now lipid can adhere to lipid. Our skin is fat, after all. Fat is lipid. Can adhere to the skin and then can penetrate into the top layer of the skin. So to summarize, SunSphere Natural Anti-Aging is a delivery system of two natural polyphenols. It's solving the technical problem for both of them. One is soluble, we make it insoluble. One is not soluble in water, but it's soluble in fat, so we incorporate it into the fat. And it's a one delivery system that combined these wonderful features that stabilizing these two polyphenols. Now they are easily suspended in a water base and they are stable, they will not discolor. So overall, polyphenols are very, very much needed to keep a younger looking skin. So this is about SunSphere Natural Anti-Aging. I hope I explain it. If you have any further questions, just ask me. Now about another good question, compatible with salicylic acid. So the question is, what is compatible? It says, is that compatible with salicylic acid? Not clear to me. What is this? The technologies, each one of them, the sal color effect, is coming separately from salicylic acid. Now, salicylic acid is not soluble in water, as you know. In order to solubilize it in any kind of topical product, you need either alcohol or you need very hard surfactant. And both of these solutions are not appropriate when we're talking about, for example, acne or a general exfoliation. You don't want to hurt the skin by adding alcohol or harsh surfactant, any surfactant. So we have a special technology, SalSphere, that is able to incorporate the salicylic acid, suspend it in water, adhere it to the skin, and then the salicylic acid will slowly release and exfoliate the skin while preventing any side effect. It will not dry the skin because slow release is the key. Slow release allows the skin to buffer itself. But if you dump the acid at once, you will cause irritation, redness, dryness, and so on. Skin tightening is, that's another question here. SunSphere Anti-Aging can provide skin tightening or reduce the wrinkles. Eventually, it will reduce the wrinkles. It's a process. But if you want to have an immediate effect of tightening and you want consumer to feel it immediately, and you also want to have a system that will give you a longer lasting benefit, like you can see the reduction of the wrinkles over time, then we would recommend you to use SalSphere Anti-Aging Lift. Anti-aging lift is a unique technology that gives a sensory effect of tightening. So it's not because the skin tightened by collagen and so on. No, it's a cosmetic effect of tightening, and people can see the tightening, and the consumer by itself can feel it. That's the beauty of this product. But at the same time, the system is delivering a very potent peptide. A peptide encapsulated in cell sphere, lipid again, can penetrate deeper into the dermis and activate collagen synthesis. So when the collagen start to build up, then you will feel the real tightening. Until this happening, cell sphere anti-aging lift is probably the best solution for this type of issues. Okay, is there any other question? No, so I would like to thank you, and I'm looking forward to see you our next event, and have a good day and take care. Bye bye.